Hello, and welcome to another hecky heckin' episode of the Foxhound Show. Let's get to it today. What do we got? What do I have for you beautiful individuals today? Oh, I got some good stuff for you today. We're playing a little Pokémon Champions here. So let's get into it. There's our boy Big T-Tar up in the top right corner. Just getting ready to get arrogant with him. Let's go. Let's go. We got some maintenance notices. We got some notices. Oh, I'm noticing the notices. I did notice the notice. Did you notice the notice? Because I noticed. Alright, we're gonna do some ranked battles. We got the Ultra Ball Tier 2. I say we keep raising in the Ultra rankings and see what we can do. See what we can do with this frankly silly freaking team. The team is indeed silly. We got Blue Jeans the Ditto up in the lead, followed behind by Mr. Noivern himself, Mr. Vern, Tyranitar, Glamora, Corviknight, and Excadrill. Okay, looking like a lead. I am afraid of the Incineroar coming out, right? And intimidating everything. What leads into it? I feel like this is fine. He might bring the, if he brings the Metagross, then actually Corviknight into Excadrill makes a lot of sense here. Noivern does have value against some dragony nonsense, right? And then, what, like Tyranitar in the back to set up the sand for Excadrill on a potential switch, if I gotta? Or do I lead? The only problem with... Okay, so what I'm thinking is that I lead Corviknight, Noivern, and I have, like, Tyranitar, Excadrill in the back. Yeah, I think I do this. I think I do something a little like this. Now, why lead like this? Because I'm not sure if that Aerodactyl is coming out or not. But I don't want to find myself in a position where I'm not ready for that Incineroar, so Corviknight's gotta be. Alright, it's Aero Meta. The Aero Meta, my friends. Okay. Aero Meta, it's the Unnerve, Aerodactyls, Focus Sash, and Mega Meta freaking gross, dude. Gross. We Tailwind off of this. This thing could probably hit us with like a big Stone Edge, but there's no, I don't even know, man. What do we want to do? What do we switch this into? Do we switch it now, anticipating that it's probably going to be like Rock and Psychic in? I think we can. I think we can switch that and get the Tailwind up. And then we'll be the fastest things and we can Earthquake on them next turn. Alright, here comes the Tough Claws meta. It's not going to use a fighting move, but if they double into us, we're still toasted. So I'm making a big read that they're not going to go into it. Okay, we did. We got the Protect. Goes for the Rock Slide. If we get the Tailwind in here, we're huge. Okay, not effective. Tailwind goes off. Alrighty then. Now, do we guarantee the KO onto the meta? With the Tailwind, we're faster, right? So we Body Press into an Earthquake here. Now, there could be a swap. Excadrill goes for the Earthquake, okay? Aerodactyl will be living. This should hit Metagross for a nice, good chunkaroo. It does indeed. Aerodactyl goes for its own Tailwind. That's a problem. That is what we call a problem. It goes for raw Body Press. I mean, it works. It certainly does work. Alright, Excadrill is gone. Now we have options here. There's the Body Press out of that thing. Critical hit him pretty critically. Alright, I think we can afford to go into Tyranitar now. We set up the Sandstream. Now the question is, what do we want to do into this thing? If it wants to Body Press, I don't know, because we don't have speed control anymore, right? Do we say that we go into this and then, like, hot swap to the Noivern? And the question is, I don't know. I think the first safe play is to go for the Protect. Oh boy, Corviknight's fast. Corviknight's freaking fast. Aerodactyl switches. Don't know, it could still be a Protect. Garchomp comes out. Okay, our Protect goes off first, which means that Metagross is not protecting itself. Body Press goes off. Metagrossians is Meta gone. Take him out. Take out the trash. Now the question is, what do we get here? Sylveon comes in, huh? Alright, that thing necessitates what? And do we focus it down over the freaking Garchomp? I think we Brave Bird into this thing, and then it's gonna Hyper Voice regardless, right? But Tyranitar should be strong enough to live like one. I think we go for just the raw rocks here. We need damage. We absolutely need damage. Now, we outspeed the Sylveon, we do not outspeed the Garchomp. Yo, Rosie, what's good? We are trying to theory craft some options here. Okay, Garchomp is max attack if it's outsped by our Tyranitar. Let's hope for flinches. No, it just goes for a Rock Slide of its own. Interesting. Life Orb getting a little chippy on him. Alright, Corviknight is faster, goes for the biggest burp. It's good damage, but it's not quite enough. Goes for raw Hyper Voice. In the sand, we're living. Now the question is, what goes on? Our side's Tailwind is gone, which means that a Roost here is a slow Roost, right? And then, yeah, Garchomp is gonna outspeed us. We can actually protect on this turn and wait for their Tailwind to be over. I think we protect and wait for that Roost to go off. I should have Tailwind with the Corviknight to get speed control back, but I think they only got like one more turn of it, right? We protect. Goes for the quick attack, block it. That's probably another Rock Slide coming out. Protect, yeah, he's covering his options. Yeah, I am playing a little Pocket Man, dude. That's what I'm doing here. Garchomp's HP is lowered. We get a big Roosty off. Yo, Corviknight living forever. Sandstorm is chunking that dude pretty freaking good. Now the question is, what do we do? I think we Tailwind again, and then we've got no choice but to try to Rock Slide here. It should at least deal with the Sylveon, and then we'll be faster than the Aerodactyl. Goes for the quick attack into the Corviknight of all things. Neat. Rock Slide goes off. Garchomp dodges, but Sylveon does not. That thing is gone. Alright, Sylveon is a goner. Now, is this Rock Slide again? No, it's just straight Dragon Claw. He was anticipating maybe the Noivern coming in for that thing. Alright. We got our Tailwind off, so we're faster now. So, Noivern comes in, Dragon Pulses the Garchomp. That thing's gone. Then it's a matter of dealing with Aerodactyl. If it's just an Aerodactyl versus Corviknight situation, unless the Aerodactyl is Hone Claws, it doesn't do anything. Yeah. Alright, that thing doesn't do anything here. Now, the obvious play is that we Body Press. I mean, that Garchomp's a goner, right? If it could protect, though, is the thing. I think we Body Press the Aerodactyl and we Dragon Pulse into this, anticipating maybe a Protect Tailwind type situation. Alright, Corviknight goes for a big Body Press. Hurts Arrow pretty solidly. We're faster. Dragon Pulse goes off. Oh yeah, send him to the Shadow Zone. Alright, now it's just Aerodactyl. Now, what does he do? Probably doesn't Tailwind for speed control, right? Alright, let's see what happens. It goes for Raw Rocks. Rocking our socks. Doesn't matter. This fight is over. Another well-played match. GG's, my friends. Stray Impulse into the body press. This Aerodactyl's over with. The sand is gone. It's got no Spadef boosts. It's all the way over. Corviknight says, I refuse, criminal scum. Go for it, Corviknight. Give him the big bird bash. Oh yeah, everything's going good, Rosie. Everything is going nicely. Just cleaning some dudes out. Alright, Noivern and Corviknight. Yeah, that was good alignment. That was very, very good alignment on our part. But, yeah, we're just hanging out, trying to get a little wins in. I'm probably gonna do 3 or so matches of this, and then I'll be ready to pivot into something else. Anything that you particularly might want to be seeing regarding the old stream there? Let's see what we got. What we got going on? We got the Sneasler into the Blastoise into the King Gambit Incineroar. I feel like maybe the Delphox leads. I feel like maybe Delphoxians leads. Now the question is, do we anticipate that Incineroar's coming out? Because that thing's a nightmare, right? That thing's a nightmare. Glimmora is special and it is safe in the most of these, so we picked Glimmora right off the bat. Now the question is, do we I think we lead Glimmora, Corviknight, anticipating Incineroar could come out, but really this is pretty safe into everything except for the Delphox. And then we run Excadrill for the majority of this nonsense, and then I think we need the sand here. I feel like we absolutely do need the sand. But Life Orb would do a lot here. But T-Tar is pretty safe into anything but the Sneasler. Alright, we do this. Sneasler is a problem, but if he leads it, then we're in good shape. So we gotta try to figure that thing out. Let's go ahead and see what we got. Alright, here we go. Let's see what he leads. He does lead an Incineroar Blastoise. I was not expecting the Blastoise. Glimmora Corviknight comes out. We get the Intimidate reflected back at him. That drops that thing entirely. Now, what do we want to do? Now that it's weakened, I almost feel like we could Mortal Spin here. And I think that's pretty safe. Mortal Spin, and then we should have speed control already. I almost feel like we send out Tyranitar to get the Spadef up. Alright, get that sand going. Now they could target the Corviknight, but I have a feeling that Glimmora is the one on the chopping block. Okay, big blasting cap comes out, does big Blastoise things. Do not freaking Aura Sphere into this. Okay, it goes for the fake out. That's Toxic Debris. Thank you for triggering that. If that thing wants to switch out, it's gonna have a hard time. Goes for the Shell Smash, of all things. That's dangerous. Okay, we do not have a choice. We gotta try to do something about this guy immediately. Power Gem into this thing might just KO it, since we're hyper aggressive. Now the question is, do we Mega Evolve and Protect, or do we just Protect here? I think we set up the Mega and we Protect. Oh geez, what's going off? I got alarms going off. Hold on. Alright, here we are. Alright, here we are. Incineroar comes out. Switchies. Sneasler comes in. That suggests to me that he's probably trying to pick out the Glimmora. Which means that I aimed very wrong, if that's the case. But he could just be soaking up the T-Spikes. Could just be soaking those T-Spikes. It's a spread move Water Spout. Oh no. No, goodbye Glimmora. Alright, Glimmora's Gligana. Sneasler's gonna be the fastest thing on the field, right? But Excadrill comes out and threatens the Earthquake. Big Earthquakians, right? Or it threatens what? Like rocks? I don't know, man. I think we go and do something like this. Excadrill. Now, that thing does rock Fake Out. Now, the question is, does it anticipate us doing like a hot swapping like this? Yeah. That Water Spout's nasty. That Water Spout is nasty. I was not expecting Water Spout to be the play there. Goes for the Fake Out. Excadrill is blocked. I thought maybe. Water Spout goes off again. It's just big damage. Wow. Corviknight and Excadrill are gone? Yeah, no. We ain't getting through that thing. Freaking Mega Shell Smash Blastoise. This is the first time I've encountered that. This is the first time. I wish I'd brought Blue Jeans, because that could have taken that Water Spout and done some silliness. That would have been silly if we grabbed that thing. I was not expecting that. I gotta remember that Shell Smash Mega Blastoise is an option. Sheesh. Yeah, that caught me completely off guard. That caught me so off guard, man. I just never see Mega Blastoise run, certainly not with Shell Smash. That is an off-meta sort of pick. Alright, we got Zardy B. I like Glimmora into leading against most of what could happen here. I like Glimmora into Corviknight, and I like Charizard into Tyranitar, and then the last slot. What do we want to do here? Do we want to bring in, like, the Ditto? Do we bring in the Ditto, or do we bring in the Big Dragon? Big Dragon does have some play here. I like that. I like this into that. Yeah, everything but Whimsicott and the Melodic. Well, it doesn't do great into the King Gambit either, but we have options for dealing with that. Alright, let's go ahead and get in on them. See if we can turn that one around. That was a rough little match there. Little rough match. But I do see where I went wrong. Ditto would have gone so hard there. Would have shut down that Water Spout. Would have been able to take it out beforehand. Yeah, Ditto was the play. You see the Mega Blastoise pick like that again? You go Ditto. Because that thing is just too strong into that Mega Blastoise. It gets that Shell Smash going, and you can absolutely take that for yourself. He played a big risk. If I brought Ditto in the back, he lost the game. Just by clicking Shell Smash. Yeah, he did. Because then I let the right slot drop, I bring in the Ditto, and then I Water Spout for days. Alright, let's see what we got. Okay, we got Zardy B and the freaking... that dude, huh? Alright, I believe there ain't no reason not to throw that down on that, and then... does the Zard just go for like a Heat Wave? Does that KO Corviknight? Here's the question. In the Sun, it probably does. But Noivern resists it. So we switch to Noivern. We wait for the Mega Zardy B to go off and do its own thing. Alright, that is Charizard Y. Thank goodness. Okay, so this could be like a heat wave going off here. Doubt it's gonna be something like an earthquake. This thing is fully loaded into nonsense, right? Drought comes off, even if it's solar beam. Sleep powder goes off. That could have missed. It did not miss, but it could have. Just goes for raw heat wave damage. That's fine. I'm actually kind of okay with it. Glimmora asleep. Alright, Glimmora, I'm gonna need you to wake up, like, today. And now that the weather is gonna go back in our favor, you're coming out big tyrant. Alright, let's stop this thing in its tracks. Now, Venusaur is probably rocking the Earth Power, but we're taking away the Chlorophyll boost right now. Alright, Tyranitar gets the Sandstream going. Charizard is switched. Whimsicott comes out. It's a problem. Glimmora woke up. Goes for a raw power gem into the Whimsy. Gets the berry. Venu goes for a big sludgy bee. Doesn't do much. Gets the poison. Okay. Well, at least that's gonna wear him down, right? Alright, Glimmora. What do we want to do with you? Do we want to just Power Gem again? I think we do. And then Big T-Tar. Do we swap you back into the, like... You know what? Corviknight's actually very, very safe here. Corviknight is absolutely safe. Corviknight comes back in, even if we get put to sleep. Okay, it goes for its own Tailwind. It's not terrible for us. Goes for Energy Ball. Yeah, we're living that for days. Now, the problem is that Whimsy going down here is actually pretty terrible. Because then he can bring Charizard back in, right? But in the face of Charizard, we just Hot Swap back. And if he has the Energy Ball into it... Yeah, if the Energy Ball's into it, then we got him. He has to deal with the Glimmora. Otherwise, Charizard just drops to this. Alright, we go back into the T-Tar, get the Spadef up. Yep, for sure we do that. I don't know if that thing has Protect. Alright, Tyranitar comes back in, sets the sand again. Goes for raw Heat Wave. That's doing 0. That is doing 0 right now. It goes for Sleep Powder. Does manage to get that going. So, Zod is doing its thing. Tyranitar is hurt by that. We gotta play for this thing waking up, right? And then we Mega Evolve and, like, Protect here. We gotta try, right? Because we're not living Energy Ball. Yeah, we Mega Evolve and then we Protect and hope Glimmora lives that. Cynthia, huh? He should be faster still than us because of the Tailwind. We might wake up out of it. Alright, we got the Protect off. Let's see what happens. Do we go for double Protect? Might not really have a choice. Glimmora's fast asleep. I don't know, dude. I think this is going very, very poorly. That sleep is just nonsense, brothers. Probably should have targeted that thing from the beginning. Do we double Protect? No. You know what? Corviknight is still safe here. We swap it. Alright, Corviknight, you're up. And then we want to Brave Bird that freaking Venusaur as soon as we possibly can. There's probably an Earthquake coming out. Alright. Yeah, that makes sense. Doesn't affect Corviknight. This goes off. Glimmora's a goner. Toxic Debris goes off. It's not gonna matter. Nothing in the back is gonna get affected by that. Yeah, that sleep has been a nightmare. Okay. The opposing Tailwind is gone. That means we can actually double into this, right? Because we should be faster with the Noivern. I'm thinking this thing is probably faster, right? Yeah. Noivern is probably faster. Alright. We got the Life Orb and the Focus Sash obtained. We Dragon Pulse into the Garchomp. We Brave Bird into the Venusaur. Alright. Let's see what this team can do. Dragon Pulse goes off. It's Stab. That's that's Garchomp gone. Garchomp is dusted and dunzo. Life Orb damage is happening. Goes for the Sleep Powder into the Noivern. Brave Bird should be going off here in a big way. There we go. And that thing's gone. Alright. So here comes the freaking sun. Doo-doo-doo-doo. So it's just gonna Heat Wave again. I'm not sure this lives a Heat Wave in the sun. We try to go for the Dragon Pulse. If it's faster, great. If not, oh well. Maybe he single targets, but most likely it's probably just gonna be Heat Wave to try to deal with the Corviknight. I Tailwind here and see if we can't get speed. Noivern is out like a light. There's Heat Wave in the sun. Noivern is still alive though. Alright, let's see if Big T-Tar can manage to do some Big T-Tar nonsense, right? It needs to land one Rock Slide in the freaking sand and we got him. Alright, let's see what we can do. Alright, Dragon Pulse has gotta go off. And then we Rock Slide. One Rock Slide would do it. There's no Solar Beam coming out from this thing. Alright, he's stalling. Noivern's still asleep. Rock Slide goes off. He's waiting for that chip. He's waiting for that chip and dip damage. Alright, Noivern's gone. We take a little bit. He takes a little bit. I don't know, dude. We don't live like a Dragon Pulse. Not at this range, I don't think. I think he's got us because of the poison. Because of that lucky Sludge Bomb poison, I think he got us. Yeah, he got us good. He got us good. That Sludge Bomb poison was clutch for him. He got absolutely what he needed. Rock-type Weather Ball. That's not Stab, but it is strong because of the weather change. Unfortunate. Yeah, unfortunate that that's the way that worked out. Had we not gotten poisoned by the Sludge Bomb, we win that. 100% of the time we win that. Unfortunate that that's the way that worked out. But that's the way Pokemon is. Sometimes you get really lucky, sometimes you get really, really unlucky. And that Sludge Bomb poison was huge. That Sludge Bomb poison was absolutely massive. That doesn't happen and one Rock Slide turns that thing inside out. Alright, let's try not to let that happen again. Okay, what do we want to do here? I think, like, Lamora Corviknight is the lead. Noivern has to come in to try to deal with the Staraptor, and I think maybe Ditto. I'd love to go with the Excadrill. I don't think there's a world where that can come here. Nah, it's gotta be Blue Jeans. Gotta be Blue Jeans. Twice now, I could have brought Blue Jeans and he would have done good things, and I didn't bring him. I should have trusted. Okay, that's probably interesting. Intimidate goes off. The Intimidate goes back onto this thing. Mirror Armor blocks that. Alright, there is no reason not to Earth Power into this thing immediately and a Tailwind up. There is no reason. With Incineroar dropping that attack stat, no reason not to. Now, that could be a Pardon Shot into, like, the Gengar Perish Song. Oh, big play. Big play, because that Tailwind is going to go off first, and then if Gengar didn't protect, I think it gets decimated. I think it's Dunzo into that. Goes for the fake out. Okay. Into the Corviknight of all things. Interesting. Earth Power does go off. Gengar's slow? Why is Gengar slow? Because he built it fat, that's why. Spadef is gone. It goes for Parasol. Is there any reason why we don't just Power Gem into the Incineroar slot immediately? Yeah, there ain't no reason why we don't just Power Gem into this slot and then Tailwind here. Alright. We're going off. We go for the Protect. We get the Tailwind off. Oh, easy play. Tailwind goes off. Ain't no reason not to do this. Alright. Perish Song on 2. He doesn't have the HP to set up a substitute, right? So he's just done. If we, like... We can Power Gem into this slot, and also Brave Bird into this slot. If he goes for the double protect, good for him. Quick Claw activating again? Yo, Bird's fast. Okay. Goes for the King Gambit. Is there any reason why we don't just... yeah. Alright. And he switches in the Gambit, huh? Power Gem goes off. Gets a little bit of damage on there. Just goes for the Parting Shot. Oh, that's the play. And then he swaps. Huh? That's smart. That's the play. I get what you did there. I got what you did there. If we had Earth Power there, big risk. Because if we had Earth Power there, that was it. Alright, so... We Light Screen, anticipating nonsense. And then we just Brave Bird. Or do we Body Press? No, we Body Press. Yeah, if we had gone for a cheeky Body Press, anticipating that swap or something, we want a Light Screen immediately. Alright, Light Screen goes off. Protects our side for a little bit. I don't think that he's gonna get the result that he wants from this. But yeah, it's that silly Gengar strat. Kinda wishing I had Shed Shell on somebody here. Anyway, I believe our Tailwind is still active, and he's burned his Protect, right? Oh, do we swap in and take the Mean Look from him? Oh no, I think we do. There ain't no swapping for you, Gengi Ito. Alright, Black Laces and Gengarite. Imposter Ditto goes off, becomes the Gengar. Gengar cannot swap anymore. What do you got? Just Shadow Ball? What is this set? Yo, you're playing full freaking baloney, huh? Alright. Well, you're faster. You can Shadow Ball into that. Noivern doesn't actually have much to hit that thing with, does it? Air Slash could flinch. Are we playing for the Air Slash flinch? I think we have to be. It's a Ghost type, so it can switch. Yeah, I don't think we're getting through this. Yeah, no, we ain't getting through all that. Sucker Punch goes off. Yeah, no, it worked out good for him because we didn't Earth Power. If I Earth Power there and anticipate Earth Power into the Body Press into that thing, seeing that he might swap into the Gambit, that would have done it. That would have done it. That would have KO'd that thing 1,000 times over. I should have predicted that it would be King Gambit in the back and body pressed into the Earth Power, and that would have fricasseed him. I was right to double into it, but I didn't anticipate that it would switch, which I should have, because that would have done it. They would have switched it. Without the King Gambit there, that game changes a lot. But yeah, the Gengar strat's obnoxious. But it is what it is. It's a game mechanic. What can you do? Is there any reason not to lead like this? No, there is not. Now, what are we bringing it back? Does young Tyranitar have play into this? Like, not good play. I don't think so. I think this is indeed the play. Because Noivern outspeeds that, does some damage to that. Yeah, something like this kinda ends up making sense. Yeah, we gotta go something like this. Something like this. Then we're protected against most lead nonsense. If the bird comes out, then we go ahead and we deal with it. Yep, for sure we deal with it. Oh my gosh. Man, you hate to see the Gengar, man. Just building it fat with no attacks. Just a little bit off on damage on the Glamora with the expert belt. Alright, Glamora comes out. Staraptor gets the Intimidate on itself. And it's now no longer Big Bird powers. Is there a reason that we don't just Mortal Spin into this and Tailwind up? I think we Mortal Spin into the Tailwind, and it's gonna go for the Close Combat Boosties, which I'm actually kind of okay with. Yeah, I'm okay with you, Big Bird. Goes for Reflect. Just bulking this bird out. Bulking this bird. Close Combat goes off into the Corviknight. Gets the Spadef and defense boosts. Mortal Spin goes off. Alright. Put this thing on a freaking timer immediately. Okay. Perfect. We get the Tailwind to go off. It's gonna be pretty good. It's hurt by poisoning. Now the question is, do we Power Gem into this, into a Hot Swap, into the Noivern? I think we do. And then we go for the Air Slash on it. Even though it'll be boosted, it should have taken a good chunk from poison. Should put it in range. Light Clay and Staraptor, right? Well, that's not surprising. That's devastating. There is a devastating throw there. Interesting. Anticipating the switch on the Corviknight because that would have Mirror Armored back, right? Interesting. Interesting indeed. Garchompions comes in. Alright, we go for the big Power Gem. Bird is hurt. Just goes for Close Combat. Boost those defenses. Defense and Spadef are up. Well, I can't Earthquake. But Glamora is not in the best condition. We Earth Power into Dragon Pulse. We should be faster because of the Tailwind. Even resisted, I think this will do him with a double. The double up should do it. Yeah, with Life Orb damage, this thing goes down. Earth Power goes off. Garchomp's gone. Alright, that's at least something. We still have speed advantage. Close combat again. Dude is just throwing CCs like there's no tomorrow. Alright, toxic debris is down. There's probably some sort of nonsense coming in from the Grimmsnarl, like a fake out, right? Grimmsnarl comes back in. Does Big Bird live a power gem? Is the question. Power gem into Air Slash. Do you fake out into the Noivern and then live a power gem? No, you hot swap that thing. That's an Air Slash into this thing. This thing is going to drop to that. Goes for the Hospitality. Light screen goes off, okay? There is going to be big damage in the Sinistra even so. Thing is thick ass thieves though. Even with the light screen though. Thanks to the poison, I don't think this thing is liking the situation that it's in. Berry goes off. With poison, it's still in range. Side's Tailwind is gone. We're still the fastest things around. We do that into... Does U-turn manage to take this thing out? Because Reflect should be gone, right? I think I need this thing in the back in order to deal with some nonsense. So you know what? But we do need to get rid of this matcha immediately. We Air Slash. It goes for another parting shot. Alright, we still get the tea gone. The tea shall be spilled. Air Slash goes out. Leaves him with 1 HP. We should still be faster on the old Sinestia than there. That thing goes down. Alright, Grimmsnarl's gonna come back in. Staraptor is very weakened. Alright, so he basically has to attack with that thing, right? We power gem into this. We U-turn out as well. Thing is fast as heck, but we'll see. Goes for the Sucker Punch. Does good damage. Alright. Wow, that thing actually hits really hard. Just goes for raw close combat. Does that wipe us? It does. And there's the defense inspector. Okay, so we're going in. What do we want to do? That Staraptor's on like no HP, right? What side gets dittoed is the question. Does the Staraptor get dittoed with its boosted stats? I think it does. We switch in Corviknight. We switch in the... Yeah, because then we just use the same freaking strat. Grab the contrary and just toss that thing into the dirt. Alrighty then, Corviknight. You can just, like... Body press is probably nice and safe, and then we just close combat. Yeah. And he can't contrary parting shot me, right? And I get the boosties already. Blue Jeans is taking this 100% of the time. Close combat goes off. Give me boosties. Alright, Spadep and defense are up. That Staraptor is a goner. We just go for a raw body press. Now, the safe play is to roost into close combat. I don't think the roost is necessary, but I'm not taking chances. Not after we got brutalized the last 2 matches. Not happening. Sucker Punch goes off. There's the close combat. Did we see it use different moves? Is that like... No, it can't be Choice Band. The band is not in the game. Alright, and there we go. Blue Jeans freaking rocking. And that Noivern, man, that Noivern pulls in so much work. Alright. You know what? We do one more, and then I think we take a little break from this for just a little bit. And then we swap up. Not sure what we're gonna throw on the old maybe some auto chests? Maybe some Pocket Man auto chests. I'm thinking. Maybe some of the old Pocket Man auto. Alright, what do we got? We got Drampa and Raichu. Huh? Lamora, Corviknight. Do we need Corviknight in the lead, though? Is the question. I honestly don't know that we do. Do we just lead with the, Do we lead Garchomp Excadrill? It seems like it could be really strong into most of this lead nonsense. Yeah, and then what? Like, Noivern deals with a lot of this nonsense. And then... Glimmora? Does Glimmora even come here? I feel like Corviknight is just the better option than everything but the Raichu. I think we do this. Am I gonna regret not bringing Blue Jeans? Usually do. He just offers too much utility. But the question is, what do you want to do when you see this whole squad go off? Drampa and Garchomp. Was not expecting that to be the lead. Sandstream goes off. And the effects of the weather are gone. That means Excadrill's speed boost is non-existent, right? Now the question is, do we Mega Evolve and go for just raw knockoff damage into the Drampa, and then we swap the Excadrill for, like, what, Corviknight, and get speed control? Yeah, I think this is the play. Corviknight comes out. There's probably an Earthquake bound our direction instead. Maybe I should have protected him, but I don't want to lose momentum here. I'm a little bit scared. Sandstream kicks up. Garchomp goes for raw Earthquakians. We know we live one. Drampa takes a nice chunk out of it. With the knockoff, that should just about do Drampa. You're gone. See ya in history, Drampa. Now, there's probably another Earthquake coming out of this thing. Metagrossians, huh? What do you do, Metagross? Why are you so gross, Mr. Meta? You're probably Mega, right? Probably Mega. We're gonna swap that in, and we're just gonna go ahead and Tailwind here. Tailwind this side of the team. We want to get T-Time nice and fast. Noivern comes in. Chris, Metagross is Mega. Garchomp is Sash. Interesting. Alright, let's see what Meta does. Goes for the Flamethrower into the Bird. It's utility. It's not going to do a lot to the Corviknight. Thunder Punch. Yo, Big Bird took him big hits there. We Tailwind up. We go fast. Alright. Now, I think we can afford to, like, Dragon Pulse into this thing, and then we might even be able to live with a Roost, because we take away the Flying type weakness if we do that. Dragon Pulse goes off, leaves the Garchomp with 1. Just hangs on with the Sash. We take a little Life Orb. Corviknight gets a big Roost off. Alright. Show me Flamethrower into the Thunder Punch again. Show me that punchy boy again. A Burn sucks in a major way. Goes for the Ice Punch into the Vern. Well, he wasn't anticipating the Corviknight living. So that thing's utility stays. In comes Big Tyrant. There is no reason that we don't go for a metal mega freaking knock of doom onto that dude. And then, like, what do you want to do? Brave Bird into the Garchomp? I think that's the play. Quick Claw goes off. Bullet Punch goes out. Is that enough at this HP? It is. With a critical hit. Did that crit matter? Tough Claws, Metagross, Mega? Probably not. Probably didn't matter at all. Alright, Garchomp's gone. Now the question is, does the Quick Claw go off and we roost before we Earthquake here? Because we should be faster. And if we roost off after the Earthquake, we're in good shape. If we roost off before the Earthquake, we're in trouble. Earthquake into the roost. Find out what happens on this episode of Dragon Ball Z. Yeah, Earthquake cooks this team pretty good if our Quick Claw goes off first. Alright, Quick Claw did not go off. Earthquake comes out. Big damage, not enough to deal with the Metagross of all things. Last Respects goes out. That leaves us on 1. Does he anticipate that? Does he double in or not, is the question. Thunder Punch? Nope, he didn't. There could be an Aqua Jet for us here. Yeah, with the Sandstorm gone and the Tailwind gone, yeah, no, we're done. We ain't got no chance of outspeeding that now. Alright, well, we play it out. We Brave Bird here. We're slower. But does Metagross lose speed when it Megas? Doesn't matter. Bullet Punch, of course. Doesn't matter. Bullet Punch. Well, still, we played it out pretty nice. Would it have been better to have, like, Blue Jeans there? Like I said, every time I don't bring that Ditto, I regret it. Just a strong Metagross. I love Excadrill, but without the Mega Boost, that thing just doesn't do enough. Without being Mega, it just doesn't. Well, I think that's enough for right now. Let's open up any packs and stuff that we got. Yeah. That's the problem. If we could get, like, Choice Band on the Excadrill, that would be great, but Choice Band's not in the game for whatever reason. Okay, we got some quick coupons out of that. Don't really need it since we use our own Pokemon for the most part. Alright, there's those. We got some mailbox stuff. 20 million download celebration. Sure, give me some more stupid delete you coupons. I'll take that. And then sub menu achievements. We got some more achievements here. We got an Excadrill Admirer. Interesting. We'll take the Noivern Admirer as well. And then, yeah, we got some trainers. Victory with Dragon types. We got the Dragon Tamer. Flying type affinity. Fighting type affinity. And the Big Spender. Alright. That's neat. And there ain't no title for that, it's just spendings. Interesting. Alright, well, not exactly the kind of tear that I was hoping we would be on. Kinda got our butts kicked today, but it is what it is. We faced some teams that countered us pretty good. We got through a Staraptor team, though, which was what this team was built to be able to handle, right? So I guess that's something. I don't know, if there were another fast Earthquaker that hit harder than Excadrill, I would do it, but we don't really have access to anything that's gonna be faster and hit harder than that, right? That's pretty much top of the line until we get like, I don't know, man. I don't know what we even have for that. Yeah. because we got no priority on that thing. I guess we could forgo the Earthquake in order for the high horsepower, but I still don't think that KOs yet, because that thing lived with 30%. No. Nah, even with it, I don't think that does enough. We would need, like, Headlong Rush. Though Headlong Rush, is that something that the Excadrill gets access to? Because, but we kind of need the spread damage, right? Let's take a look real fast. Pokemon training. Do you get Headlong Rush? Because that single target big damage could actually be, like, kind of good. Alright, where's that Excadrill? Where is that bad boy? Yeah, bad boy. What do you get for me? Earthquake? What do you have? You have high horsepower, drill run, something, blah blah blah, scorched and sands, brick break. No headlong. I don't even think this thing gets it, does it? High horsepower is interesting, and it's single target. It would do more, but it wouldn't do enough. Would do more, would not do enough. Sand Rush. Sand Force. By 30%? That's what we were off. 30% in the sand is nothing to joke about. It would be losing out on the speed, but it would do a lot of damage. Wouldn't put things in range, though. Though it does open up the possibility of KOs. Like, if we could choice ban this thing, then I might consider Sand Force, because everybody's expecting Sand Rush, and just obliterate Exodia style. But we ain't got it like that. We ain't got it like that. Now, Sand Force plus an Expert Belt would work, but we're rocking that on the Noivern. The items just aren't there. Items are absolutely just not there. Yeah. Alright. Like, you know what we haven't done? We haven't ranked up in singles at all. So let's go ahead and do a ranked battle. Let's do a single battle. Let's go ahead into singles and see what we can do here. Sure, throw this team in and see what it does in singles. It's really not made for singles, but it could at least do a couple of low-ranked battles, right? Could get a couple in. For now, we'll just do one. See if we can't let some dudes do some stuff. Alright, we got a Meowscarada, Cerulege, Gyarados. Jeez, what do they lead here? Like, what's the lead play? I don't know, dude. We could set up the weather with Tyranitar and switch accordingly, right? Then, what comes in? Corviknight answers a lot of this. And then, what? Excadrill kind of cleans up a little bit? Or do we go with, like, the Noivern here? What does Noivern answer? Answers the Garchomp, chunks the Gardevoir, the Gyarados in there. I don't know, dude. Like, Ditto could be so clutch if we can get something good in there. They don't have any weather control, right, though? So Excadrill kind of does some work here. You know what? Excadrill, you're up. There's no Intimidate that I gotta worry about. We do something like this. We do something like this. Yeah, this team ain't structured for singles, though. This team ain't structured for no singles. Alright, Gyarados comes up. I think we live one of anything it's gonna do, right? It's Intimidate. The Sandstream comes out. We get that going. I think Corviknight lives anything this thing wants to do, right? Unless it dances on me. But are you gonna dance in the face of a Tyranitar? I don't think you do. I don't think you do. No, it just goes for raw waterfall. That's 0. That does nothing here. Now the question is, what do you continue to do? Goes for the dance. You're really gonna dance on Corviknight of all things. Alright, buddy. You do you. Pretty sure you don't get through thick Corby here. And I'm pretty sure Sand Chip's gonna send you to the Shadow Zone. Ice Fang? That's 0. You were better off with Waterfall, dude. Alright, Big Bird takes him to the cleaners. That's that done already. I don't think there's anything else in this team except for Scizor. We might want to preserve this for Scizor. Because Scizor does nothing to this. Yeah, that's Cerulege. This is a hot swap back into Tyranitar. That'll do. D-Tar comes out. Bitter Blade goes off. Gets a little healing on him, but he's already full health. No burn. Not sure that that thing can burn, but it's always a risk. We Mega, we knock. We Mega and we knock right on their door. Cerulege comes out. In comes Meowscarada, anticipating getting hit by a big knock. Not to knock you or nothing, buddy. We do have low kick for this thing, but we don't really want to use it. Not very effective. Focus Sash is gone. Sandstorm is gone. We don't want to be in on this thing without Sandstorm, right? Does Excadrill offer us anything that we don't already have? Kind of. Can I go into Corviknight and then, like... What do I do, though, if I go into Corviknight? Yeah, we go into this. It doesn't outspeed, it will get taken out, but it doesn't offer really any value that the rest of the team doesn't have. Goes for the triple axle to go into the Ice type. Excadrill avoids the attack. Okay, is there a reason that we don't Iron Head into this thing? Flower Trick will crit. It's big damage. Not big enough, though. Iron Head should just about do this guy in one shot. He's gone. Goodbye. I don't know what that thing's stat spread was. I feel like that did a little bit lower than what I was anticipating. Alright, and we're ending the stream on a freaking win. Not bad. Not bad. Yeah, this team feels very uncomfortable in singles. It feels very, very uncomfortable in singles. Do we do one more just to try to get our points over? Sure, we do one more. We do one heckin' more. I can't stop myself. I can't stop myself. I say I'm done every time and then I'm back to it. And then I'm done and then I'm back to it. I ain't got no self-control. None at all. Okay, what do we got? Interesting stuff. I don't think anything here really deals with the Corviknight especially well. But we could go with the... Nah, there's just too much here that resists the T-Spikes. The only thing that would get hit by it is the freaking Basculegion. So Glamour has no play. Corviknight has some play. Noivern has some play. Does Tyranitar live enough of nonsense by the Metagrossians to do that? Although Glamora does live the King Gambit and the Sneasler. I don't know, dude. I don't know. But if we can take possession of like the Earthquake and Garchomp, that's also a thing that we could do. So you know what? Let's do this. Let's do this and get silly with it. Is it the right move? Probably not. But there's a lot that Corviknight is going to lead against very, very well. So let's see what we got. Alright, Ace High. Let's see what you got, brother. Basculegion is the lead mon. Interesting. Now, what do you do here? Do we just Brave Bird into this and see what it does? Just flip things. It's gonna do 0. Something's taking a chunk. What are you bringing in? Like Metagross, maybe? It is meta and it is gross. Alright. No Basket Legion's up. What are you rocking on this Metagross for me, though? What are you doing with it? Here comes this. It's gonna get its Mega. We know we live one utility move of some kind. Okay, should be like a... No, it's Ice Punch? Wait, do we just play this thing out? Do we just play this dude out entirely? Do you not really have another option into this thing? Yeah, because you benefit from contact moves, right? Sweet. Thank you for protecting. Man, if we were bulk up, this would be over. This entire match would be over right here. But it don't matter. We body press, we work this dude down. Unless you're home claws, you just get worn down here. Body press goes off, hits for some. You got no recovery, right? Just goes for Ice Punch. You're playing towards freeze. Critical hit. You do some damage, that's for sure. Metagross comes back. Basket Legion comes in. Anticipates the body press. Basket Legion does its thing. Tailwind is gone. Do we set up the Tailwind again? I think we do. Tailwind comes back out. Alright, so what do you want to do here? You go for raw Hydro Pump? Yo, I'm specially defensive too, buddy. Alright, so you're gonna Hydro Pump, right? Does that mean that Blue Jeans is the option here? We resist it, we're faster, and then we can, like, last respects. Blue Jeans comes out, takes the Hydro Pump probably quite well. We do. Not amazingly, but we do it. Not very effective. My question is, what do you do? Do you anticipate that we're gonna Shadow Ball and then you swap out? I think you do. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Get predicted. Metagross comes back in. The meta is indeed gross. We flip turn, get some damage off on you. Now, I believe Corviknight is probably our best option here. Alright, and then answering into this, we Brave Bird. Anticipating that you'll probably switch back to the Legion. No, you're staying in, huh? No, you're not staying in. You're hot swapping into the Bass. Big Bubble Bass. Big damage. Tailwind is gone. I think we can afford to roost off on this, because I don't think Shadow Ball's gonna do enough. No, it does. Color me surprised. Alright, this thing should be in range where I'm pretty sure we just beat it, right? And then Metagross is in, like, Ice Punch mode? Is it what it's gonna want to do? Noivern goes, finds the Choice Scarf, huh? Interesting. Color me surprised on that front. We Dragon Pulse into this. Throws Shadow Ball. Big damage out of that thing. We Dragon Pulse in. Yeah, that thing is scary. Alright. What do we got coming in? Show me what you got coming in. The Sneasler? Is that Fake Out? I mean, this thing is going to be faster, right? But what can we do to it? Nothing but Air Slash. It's going to Fake Out first. We do live, but it's faster. This thing is so freaking fast. Now, acrobatics is probably a thing that this thing is... No, it's not faster. And that's a double KO, which means it's just Ditto up against Metagross. If it has a utility move, this thing's done. If it's got like Earthquake, and in singles, it very well might. Alright, we swap in the Ditto. Alright, then out comes Metagross. Imposter activates. We are faster. We are Mega Metagross. What do you have? Just Iron Head? That's it? I guess we go for Stab Iron Head, right? Because it could flinch. That's 0. Alright, it comes down to just Iron Head. It's going back and forth. Let's find out whose Iron Head will do what. I mean, we are faster. It's close. I think this can flinch, right? 3% versus Iron Head leaves me with 11%. There's no Bullet Punch that can come out. It's just Iron Head versus Iron Head. I think we're done. I think this does it. Yo. The Metagross meta. Metagross meta. Way to go. Told you, every time I don't bring Blue Jeans, I regret it. Every time I bring him, this dude just goes crazy. Well done, Blue Jeans. Blue Jeans, the Ditto, doing his thing. Let's freaking go. Yo, love to see it. Alright, and that's that. That is that. So we're gonna take a little break, see here from the stream. I think I might be done for the night. We've been going for what? For a solid hour and a little bit. So yeah, I think we'll call it a night for now. But thank you so much for tuning in. That was a lot of fun. Getting a couple of quick battles in, enjoying the whole aura farming of the Noivern there. And yeah, so what are we doing tomorrow? I don't know. I've been thinking about maybe going with some Pokemon Pokopia. Just throwing that in there could be a lot of fun. I don't know. I'm not sure. Like, I don't have it yet, but I've been thinking maybe I just buy that bad boy, right? I can just buy Pokopia, get the DLC that's coming out soon, and just play that. Apparently, it's a lot of fun. People are really enjoying it, so... You know what? Maybe I throw a little Pokopia in there. You know what? I think I do. I think maybe tomorrow we play a little Pokopia. But for now, that's it. To all my phonies, my mahonies, and my jabronis, it's been good to see you. To all the fellas and gentle ladies out there, I'll see you on the next time. And to everybody else, welcome back tomorrow. And we'll get back into it, maybe with some Pokopia on the very next episode of the one, the only, the first, the last, the alpha, the end, the beginning of two cities. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times, and more importantly than all of that, it was the Foxhound Show. See you next time, folks.